Hello beauties, I hope you're doing amazing. Shaz here, and I'm so excited today because I'm going to talk to you all about 6 brands that have released holiday sales information, and I'm so excited to share details with you and tell you about what I'm considering picking up. And then after that, I'm going to talk to you all about 5 brands that have not released holiday sales information, but I'm kind of checking from afar, waiting on the details of holiday sales. At the same time, I'm going to do this look with Laura Palette. If that sounds good to you, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet. Let's go into the video. Okay beauties, as always, I have my coffee here. Feel free to get your coffee. I'm hoping this video isn't going to be long. Candle of the day is also maple sugar. This is one of the candles that I picked up from Trader Joe's. I'm gonna have a video coming up with advent calendar for candles from Trader Joe's. I'm gonna unbox it on screen, so stay tuned for that. Also generally mentioning that I'm trying to get out a video pretty much every day in the next few days until the holiday sales and maybe even into the holiday sales, because I figured some of the content might help you to shop. I've already done swatch videos for Divina. There's a few more swatch videos that are going to be coming up. There's going to be a video of my favorite palettes coming up. If it's already up, you can look at the latest videos I've put up. It might already be up. Hopefully these will help you make better purchases during these holiday sales. Also, my nails are still mulled wine from Cleona. Beauties, I love this. I don't think you all can see the shift, but from my angle when I'm looking at it, I see a green shift. So beautiful. I'm having very mermaidy vibes today. As you can see, I'm wearing shells on my ears, which is part of the reason I'm going to use Laura Palette. Okay, let's get into the details of the sales. The first brand I want to talk about, beauties, is obviously Cleona. Their sale is going to start on Friday after Thanksgiving at 3 p.m. and it goes until Monday the 27th at noon EST. It seems like you can stack affiliate codes on top of your sale, and they're going to have a whole lot of stuff on discount between 15% off all the way to like 40-ish% off, depending on what you're buying. Some of the cool things in this sale is that the Deep Sea Treasures palette is going to be for 20% off. If you didn't pick up that palette, I have a video reviewing it and doing looks. This is a good discount, and I don't think they've had this discount before. I have a video with that palette, swatches, looks, and everything. You can search my channel for that. And then the Stained Glass Collection Multichromes and Bundles are 15% off. Dragon Fruit Collection singles, same thing. And then nail polishes are going to be 25% off. They're also having 20% off the Halloween nail lacquers and the Deep Sea Treasure nail lacquers. So if you're waiting for those, there's also sale on those, and then a lot of more of discount on their accessories. Yeah, beauties, I just did shopping from Cleona, so I might skip this because I feel like I have a lot of stuff from Cleona. So I don't know. I'm just telling you all what is on sale. You tell me what you're buying. I'm curious. Also, their brushes are going to be on a steep discount, as they usually are during the sale. So if you're waiting on brushes, I've used their brushes frequently in my different videos, and I like their brushes. Also, beauties, I have a lot of swatch videos of Cleona. I've literally swatched most of the bundles that I have. So if you're curious what to pick up from Cleona and want to see swatches, you can search my channel for swatch videos. Let's go to this next brand that I'm very, very excited about, and that is Divina. Divina moved the time for their sales. It used to be 4 p.m. Now it's 2 p.m. PST on the 22nd. And everything I think on the website is going to be off between 35 and 50%. Some of the things I'm excited about. The first one is their Fantasia palette, which is going to be their first palette launching, and it's going to be 40% off. It's going to be the doorbuster hot item of the day. They're also releasing a few other things I've talked about before. Prelusion Eye Base Primer, 35% off. Specular Glitter Glue, 35% off. And their Lid Lux Mastery brush set, also 35% off. The other things that I'm kind of eyeing is that I don't have Sea of Shadows and I don't have Mystic Cove. So those are two collections I'm going to be eyeing. So Sea of Shadows is going to be 40% off and Mystic Cove is going to be $111. I feel like if I want to buy all of these things that I mentioned, it's going to be very expensive. But these are things I'm looking at. I'm probably not going to pick every single thing up. Everything else seems like is going to be on sale for around 50-ish% off. Yeah, I know Davina did not have a sale last year, so they're totally making up for it this year. And I feel like they might end up being the one brand I end up shopping from. Let's continue with this next brand. So this one is Bella Beauty Bar. And you all know I've been wanting to buy from Bella Beauty Bar this whole year. Their sale starts on the 17th, so actually tomorrow from the day I'm filming. The Bejeweled palette, which I think is launching on that day, is going to be offered for $55 and the regular price is $69. And that deal is going to be only happening for 24 hours. And the price is going to go up again after that. You can also use affiliate codes, Beauties. I think I already mentioned for Cleona. I would try it for Davina. I actually don't know. And then for Bella Beauty Bar, you can use affiliate codes. Beauties, always try using affiliate codes. The worst thing that can happen is that it doesn't work. You can just remove the affiliate code. They're also going to have other discounts. They claim it's a very steep discount on other items on their website, and have mentioned that the discounts are going to start on the 17th. They're actually encouraging you to start shopping on the 17th to be able to take advantage of the Bejeweled discount. So this palette is beautiful. The issue I have with this palette is that it's mainly dark colors, but I'm very intrigued. I'm very intrigued. Who are we kidding? Let's talk about this next one that I'm also super excited about, Beauties. I haven't shopped from Pheromones in a while. For them, Black Friday starts on the 22nd at 6 p.m. CST. They're dropping 14 new eyeshadows. And they're calling these never seen before neon multichromes. There are some photos online available on their sites, on their Instagram account, if you want to just sort of check it out. I'm very intrigued to see swatches of these. At the same time, on the 22nd, 6 p.m. CST, you're going to get buy one, get one freeze on regular mattes, shimmers, duochromes, and some highlighters. And then you're going to be able to get 25% on chameleons and multichromes, and brush set is going to be discounted to $8. There is also 25% off on their lip glosses, and the sale will end on December 2nd at noon EST. It's interesting that some of the time zone, the start of the sale is CST, the end is EST. It's a little bit unusual and confusing to the average person. The thing with Pheromones is that I have a lot of their stuff, and I've realized that I don't use their shadows that often because they do a lot of releases. I mean, for example, didn't they just have a launch 2 or 3 weeks ago of 14 shadows for the Fall Equinox collection? And now they're going to have another launch of 14 shadows. And the issue there is that a lot of times when I'm doing swatches, I feel like the swatches are not that different to really merit buying every single one. So you really have to make a judicious decision of which one to buy, because it used to be that I would just go buy a whole collection that dropped, and now over time I've realized I don't really use it as often. But I'm excited to see what they have. So one thing that I did this year was that of every release I would pick the top 3 that I thought are the most unique. Okay, let me quickly put some Milani on my eyes. This is their, what's the name of this? Eyeshadow Primer Long Wear Eyeshadow Base. I've heard great things about this base, so we're testing it. And as I mentioned, we're using Lure, so let's jump in. We talked about Cleona brushes, so I separated some of my Cleona brushes for us to test. Okay, let me jump into this beautiful blue color, Lost at Sea. And this is going in my crease. I'm now going to use this packing brush, and I'm going to go into Booty, this beautiful pink. And this is actually gonna go over the inner part of my lid. Pink already has some blue in it, but you're gonna see a little bit of a purple color where they meet. That doesn't bother me. If that kind of a thing bothers you, what you can do is to put a white base and then put the pink over it. Okay, beauties, let's continue. The next brand I'm very excited about, and I did not think I was going to pick anything more up from this brand this year because I did a lot of shopping from them earlier in the year. But I'm curious, is Sydney Grace. So their Thanksgiving sale is starting at 12 p.m. CST on Thursday of Thanksgiving, so at noon, and it ends on Monday at noon PST. Why are the time zones not matching? This is annoying. It's either a typo in here or that they're not matching, and that is annoying. Brands, if you're hearing me, correct that, because people are not going to remember which was which. It's just going to confuse people. They say that 30% off is going to be what they're going to have on everything in stock. And one thing is that there's not going to be back orders. So Beauties, if you remember, for their July sale, Christmas and July sale, whatever went out of stock, they had a separate sale for it. That's not going to be the case here. If something goes out of stock, it's out. There is going to be an advent calendar option that is a stuffed stocking, and it's going to be on sale as well. I'm very curious, but most brands for these mystery box type of things, they put things that appeal to everybody. A stuffed stocking is probably going to have a lot of neutrals. But I'm still intrigued. Sydney Grace was a brand I discovered this year, and I have fallen in love with them. I think they have amazing quality. Now, they don't really operate in the multichrome space, but their mattes and their shimmers are fantastic, and all of their palettes are magnetic, so I love that. Yeah, I'm super excited about this. I'm going to use another brush, and I'm gonna go into this dark purple in my outer V area. So Beauties, one thing for example that I talked about in my brush video, I'll tag my brush video below. I review 4 brushes for you all. If you all are interested in picking up brushes during the sale, you can check out that video, because I talk about some brush sets, some commonly known brush sets that you all ask me about. But one thing about this brush, for example, is that although it's a small brush in theory, and I think this is one of the smallest brushes or brush heads that Cleona has, when I'm doing my outer V, I still feel like I don't have enough control. If the head was smaller, it would be a lot easier to blend this, for example. I still feel like it doesn't give me as much control as I like to have. Or even if I want to go back and do a little bit more of this, the brush is a little large. I would prefer using a smaller headed brush for that kind of application, like something like this. I'll go back into the blue and I can really put it exactly where I want versus having something chubby that goes everywhere, you know? I'm now using the same pink color on the brush under my lower lash line. I didn't even dip it back in. I'm just using everything that's left on there. Okay, Beauties, this next brand I think a lot of you might be excited about, so am I, and that is Cosmic Brushes. Their Black Friday is starting tomorrow, the 17th, with the release of their Winter Wonderland palette. You can get 20% off with code FESTIVE, but the discount excludes their last 2 release, Gothic and Winter Wonderland. But it seems like they're restocking everything else. So if you were waiting on picking up something else from them, this is your chance. Also, they've specifically said that you can use affiliate codes even on the 2 palettes that are excluded from the rest of the sale. I don't know if I want Winter Wonderland. I have 24 hours to decide before it's the 17th, but I'll probably make my decision and pick it up if I feel like it's missing in my collection. Okay, now for the final touch, I'm gonna go into this one, Jellyfish. I'm gonna diffuse the color on my hand a little bit, and I'm gonna draw it against my lower lash line. So if you want, you can put something in your inner corner. The options that could be there is this color, or maybe you want to put the pink. You could also put, I don't know, maybe this green color. I don't think the green would really go with the rest of the look, but you do you. But I think my eye look is done. Let me put a lipstick. I'll be right back. Okay, beauties, I put a little bit of Moody, also from Blend Bunny, on my lips. So that is the details of the sales for brands that have already released details of sales. Now let's talk about a few brands that have not released details of sales, but I'm kind of watching to see if they're going to have an exciting sale. The first brand I want to talk about is Copacetic. Beauties, this brand was another brand that I tried for the first time this year. I purchased a few things from them during their July anniversary sale, and I loved their singles. Don't sleep on Copacetic singles. And I'm just curious to see what they're going to have. Now, realistically, if I want to buy everything that I've mentioned so far from the other brands I mentioned earlier, I don't know if I'll have more money, but maybe I'll distribute my interest between the different brands. Until I know who's having what kind of sale, I can't really finalize what I want and what I don't. So Copacetic is definitely one of the brands that I'm kind of saying, Copacetic, tell me what's going to be on sale. How much money off are you going to have on things? The second brand that I'm kind of waiting on to see what they're going to have in terms of sales is Simply Posh. So they just released the Cozy Cabin palette, right? Are they going to have that palette on a sale, you all think? Because there's nothing else on their website at the moment. It's not like they have other palettes that's going to be on sale. Or maybe they're going to restock palettes. Simply Posh has amazing quality, and their palettes are also magnetic. So you can mix and match them. You can use them in your custom-made palettes and so on. And that is definitely something that I use when I make decisions to buy things. The next brand I'm checking out for sales is a brand I'm always checking out, and it is Glaminatrix. Now, realistically, I don't think there's a whole lot from Glaminatrix that I don't own already. There might be a few multichromes here and there, but I'm still curious nonetheless. So last year they had, for example, a small batch of their Sandra Rose palette. So I'm just curious, are they going to do something special this year also? That's what I'm looking for. Let's see. The next brand is a brand I feel like we're all gonna check out one way or the other, and that is ColourPop. So ColourPop at this time of the year always has some amazing sales. They're gonna have a lot of, bundled options, great gift options. They already released some of these gift options a little bit earlier, a few months ago. I already talked about them in some of my to buy or not to buy. So if you've been wanting to buy makeup for someone as a gift, definitely check out ColourPop because it has amazing quality. But a lot of times in the past, ColourPop dropped either exciting deals this time or an exciting product at this time of the year. So I'm still gonna watch them just in case. And then the last brand that I'm kind of excited about, and I'm wondering what kind of sale they're going to have, and I'm kind of eyeing from afar, is Ensley Rain. They're going to release their Lands of Enchantment palette that we've already talked about a couple of times in different to buy or not to buys on November 21st, so early next week before Thanksgiving. I know you can use someone's code on that palette. It's gonna be $88-ish or $90-ish. When it comes to this palette, I haven't made a final decision yet, but I'm curious to know what else they're gonna have on sale. I just checked their website. I also just checked their Instagram and the Instagram of some of the other channels that I use to get information about what's on sale, and I couldn't find anything. So they haven't released any sale related information yet, or maybe they just don't even have a sale. But I'm curious to know for sure, and I'm going to be watching out for it. And with that said, beauties, that's all the brands that I'm kind of curious to shop from, possibly during the holiday sales. I'm curious to know if you have planned on picking anything up during this holiday sales. If there is a brand you're excited about or a particular deal you're excited about, don't forget to share it in the comments with the rest of us. Thank you so much, beauties. I love you all. Have an amazing holiday season. Happy Thanksgiving. And until next time, bye.